Well, today we're going to tear apart some of the biggest medical myths out there, the ones so deep-rooted we don't even think to question them.
And I'm not just saying that to be dramatic. Seriously, one of the myths we're going to talk about has actually killed people. So stick with me, because the answer is probably something you've been told your entire life. It's going to surprise you.
But hey, before we get to the really serious stuff, let's warm up with a few myths that are thankfully pretty harmless. These are the classics you can finally, officially stop worrying about.
Come on, you know these. Wait 30 minutes before you get in the pool. Stop cracking your knuckles, you'll get arthritis. Or my personal favorite, turn on a light, you're going to ruin your eyes. We've all had these things drilled into our heads since we were little kids.
So, what's the real story? Yeah, they're all totally false. There's not a single documented case of anyone drowning because they got a cramp after lunch. And that popping sound in your knuckles? It's just gas bubbles bursting in your joints. It feels good and it won't give you arthritis. As for reading in dim light, sure, it might give you a headache or some eye strain, but it causes zero permanent damage to your vision. Okay, let's level up. These next few myths might not kill you, but they come with some real hidden costs. We're talking about lies that trick you into wasting money or completely shape how we see our own kids, all based on a total misunderstanding. Let's start with a big one. The idea that we only use 10% of our brains. It sounds so mysterious and full of potential, right? But it's complete nonsense. Brain scans show us, plain as day, that we use pretty much all of our brain, all the time. Different parts just light up for different tasks, even when we're asleep. The real problem here is that this lie has fueled a huge, multi-million-dollar industry of bogus, brain-boosting pills and programs.
And how about this one? Sugar makes kids hyper. I mean, it seems true, doesn't it? But get this, study after study where kids didn't know if they were getting sugar or a placebo proved it's not true. So why does everyone believe it? Well, think about it. When do kids get a lot of sugar? Birthday parties, holidays, places where they're already super excited. The myth sticks around because of something called confirmation bias. We expect them to be hyper, so that's exactly what we see.
All right, we need to take a serious turn here. We are now entering the danger zone. These aren't just myths that cost you money or cause confusion. These are the lies that have devastating public health consequences. This is where believing the wrong thing can be truly tragic. Let's be crystal clear about the myth that vaccines cause autism. It all started with just one, fraudulent paper back in 1998. The guy who wrote it was later found to have completely made up his data for his own financial gain. He lost his medical license, and the very prestigious journal that published his paper retracted it, calling it an elaborate fraud. Since that one fake study, there have been dozens of massive, independent studies with millions of children all over the world. And the number of times they found a link between vaccines and autism? Zero. Absolutely zero. The science couldn't be clearer. But the harm from this lie is very, very real. It has led directly to outbreaks of diseases we thought we had beaten, like measles, putting kids in the hospital, and sometimes, tragically, costing them their lives. Okay, another huge one is when people demand antibiotics for a cold or the flu. It sounds like you're being proactive about your health, but it's fundamentally wrong. Look, it's simple. Antibiotics kill bacteria. Colds and the flu are caused by viruses. Taking an antibiotic for a cold is literally like trying to unlock your front door with a banana. It's just the wrong tool for the job. It does nothing. And the fallout isn't just that you don't feel better. Every single time we misuse antibiotics, we give the toughest bacteria a chance to survive and multiply. And then they learn. They evolve into strains that our best medicines can't kill. This is how we get antibiotic-resistant superbugs, which the World Health Organization calls one of the biggest threats to global health we face today.
And that brings us to our final myth. This is the one I warned you about. It's been taught in schools. It's been printed in first aid guides. It's been passed down for generations. It sounds like it makes sense. It seems like the right thing to do, and it is lethally wrong.
So, what is the deadliest piece of common medical advice out there? It's what most of us are told to do for something as simple as a nosebleed. The myth is that you should tilt your head back. I mean, it seems logical, right? Stop the blood from coming out the front. But here's the terrifying truth. The bleeding doesn't stop. It just changes direction. It drains down the back of your throat. From there, you can choke on it, or even worse, you can breathe it into your lungs. That's called aspiration, and yes, people have actually died from this. So what's the right way to do it? The exact opposite. You lean forward. This lets the blood drain out, away from your airway. Then you pinch the soft, fleshy part of your nose and hold it for a few minutes to help the blood clot. It's simple, it's effective, and most importantly, it's safe. So there you have it.
The deadliest myth wasn't some wild conspiracy theory, it was a simple piece of first aid advice hiding in plain sight this whole time. And it really leaves you with a critical question, doesn't it? What other common knowledge that we all take for granted is also dangerously, completely wrong?